Lucky Boys Podcast.
You learn to be able to verbalize your feelings about your work.
Yeah, because I know so many people who are where that is just an impossible hurdle to overcome their own ego. And for better or worse, it's I know some people where their ego is their greatest strength. However, it's also their greatest weakness. Do you think to make it in that industry, in the entertainment industry, or just for self-growth, that it's essential to be able to listen to possible critiques on improvement?
It's a complex issue because in the real world of show business, and it really is art and business, and they're two opposing
Oh my gosh, yeah.
ideas. I think it's very important for every artist, whether you're a writer or a dancer or a designer or a painter, to believe in themselves, because really, it really is your particular work that, from your point of view, that you're putting forth out there. At the same time, it is, again, I say, it's something you're turning out that hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people will see. And people who see your work are going to have an opinion. So I don't think there's any particular answer to the question. I think in terms of whether you deal with your own ego or not, I think the word ego is a tricky word.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? And I think every film you make, every play you write is about writing the next play or film, because you want people to respond to your work so they will want to see your next work. Of course, what good is it if you do one piece of work and nobody sees anything else afterwards?
Right. How should people manage the conflict of business and art?
I think you have to come to terms with it yourself and go into the business.
Let me reframe that. As an artist, how do you maintain control? Because as an artist, I would presume most of the time they would lean more biased towards the art and stay true to that form.
This field we're talking about is a collaborative field. When you work on a play or a film, you're working with countless other people. If you are a writer and you can just sit at home in front of your computer or typewriter and nobody else is around and you can write whatever you want, that's not the same as trying to fit in with a collaborative field and trying to make an end product out of that. I think because it's such a collaborative field and you need other people to carry out your ideas, you have to be flexible about that. And you can't fight every battle like the Battle of Waterloo. You have to know when to be affirmative about what you want. At the same time, understand that you're involved with in an endeavor with many other people. So there's got to be somehow a give and take there. And nothing is ever so sacred that has to be it, and nothing else would do, because you have to be able to provide enough road out there for you to go on to the next project and do your next thing and all of that. So it's different when you're designing on a film or a play, because you're involved with so many people, including actors and producers and directors and people like that.
I love what you just said there. I think, so many things already just into this conversation. There's a lot of things that we may overestimate or underestimate. And until we're confronted with it, we're going to have to wrestle with the idea of this may not have been what we thought it would be, because we do need to consider so many other factors. Going from there, how did you make that leap from that and catching your big break where you're really on the lead for this set, where you're in charge and your work is going to be seen?
Yeah. Well, I went through 3 years of the drama school. I went to, after my first year, I did our equivalent of summer stock. What I did while at the drama school, I did everything I possibly could. I did every cabaret, every short play. You know, these are things you do outside the classroom. So I knew I had a lot to learn because everybody else that was in my class had experience in theater prior to me. So because I knew I was probably lacking,
You had some catching up to do.
I had some catch up to do. So I did everything I could possibly do, no matter how small.
So you lived, slept, ate, breathed this.
Absolutely, yes.